Hello guys, Unknown Gamer here. In today's video I'm going to be doing a review on Half-Life Alyx. And I've got to say, this game was a complete blast to play. It's a bloody good show, I've got to say. Like, Valve, you completely blew me out of the water when I was playing this game. I honestly can't believe how much work has been put into this game, especially with the VR mechanics of the game. And by the way, there's probably going to be slight spoilers here and there for certain chapters, so if you don't really want the game to be spoiled, I don't really recommend watching this video, but I'll be referencing certain points of the game on like certain activities or just atmospheric features that the game includes. So if you don't want that, I don't really recommend watching this video, but if you really want a proper full analysis of this game, then I recommend watching this video through, and just to get a good idea on how brilliant this game is. Valve, you blew me away with this one. So the game's style is just very reminiscent of the old titles, Half-Life 2 especially. It pretty much takes all those graphical features, lighting, all that, and pretty much times them up by 100. The atmosphere is brilliant in this game. The graphics are amazing, especially with the lighting that's in the Source engine. Like, this Source engine stuff is really impressive. But there are major gripes in the game. Like, for example, textures may seem blurry up close. Like, if you're wearing a VR headset, if you look towards a wall, for example, it may look slightly blurry. But that stuff is all outweighed just by the lighting in general. Even if you just play the game and just not focus on those details, the game looks amazing. It's just the lighting, I've got to say, the lighting is just bloody, just, ooh. I mean, I've seen some pretty good lamps, that's all I've got to say. I mean, especially the bright blue ones and that stuff. This game has everything going for it, and seriously, the graphics, the textures, especially in the Source engine, I think Source engine 2 that is running on, it blows my mind on how much this game has really took off. And it's such a shame though, it's only a VR title. Like, all these stuff with Source engine 2 and all that stuff, it's a shame that we just can't really see it on the real proper screen. You have to buy my VR headset cost about like 399 quid, which is really bloody expensive. I have to say, like, even I was like, shall I? But to be honest, the experience is worth it though for the price. But it's still an expensive venture to go to just to play a VR game. I was only in it just to play one VR game, that was Half-Life Alyx, and I tell you what, it was a good experience. It's highly recommended that you'll get one of these. It's an experience, and I feel like VR are taking the virtual reality scene in the right direction with this one. But next up, I'm going to talk about the game mechanics. The mechanics are so simple that it's worth it. Look, a lot of these other VR titles apparently do it too realistically, meaning that you'd need to move your hands a certain way, but Valve just went for a very simplistic approach. And also with the gravity gloves that they introduced to the game, which if you see the footage here, you can pull items back and catch them with your hand. You've got to legit catch them manually. It doesn't just go straight to your hand, you've got to really catch them. And it can be very difficult to get used to at first, but it's really satisfying when you're grabbing a piece of ammo off like a table and reloading your gun. It's a very satisfying experience. The game has 3 different guns in total which you can use. There's a shotgun, there's a pistol, and the SMG type gun, the little laser SMG. And here's my gripe with the game. I wish it had more weapon selection. I'm not saying the weapons are horrible in this sense, but only having 3 guns just throughout the playthrough is just getting really stale. But I do understand why. They're trying to make it very simplistic so you don't have to mess about with different combinations and all that stuff. So Valve, I can forgive you on that one, but I kind of wish there were more weapon variation, especially with the upgrade stands. Like, the upgrades are very cool looking, I guess, but they're just very standard. They don't really change anything that you do. I mean, auto-loading a gun or adding a sight to it, it doesn't really change much. I mean, there's only one for a shotgun where you can add a grenade launcher to it. I mean, that's the only game-changing thing I've seen from the upgrade system. Again, it's not like it's terrible, but I wish there was just a bit more with the weapons, especially if you have the same weapons throughout the game. Also, Valve added like hacking mini games where you have this little, I don't know what it's called really. It's some kind of like walkie-talkie cross with a fucking, I have no idea what it is, but it's a little device and where it pretty much helps you hack certain things. You can hack traps open, or you can hack certain storage lockers to get more additional ammo, health, etc. I really like the hacking in this game, even though it can be quite frustrating, but once you actually learn how to do it, it can be very, very satisfying. And I think there's like 3 different mods I came across. This one's not really hacking, but it's like a sort of electrical grid type thing where you use your little walkie-talkie thing to scan the walls, and you see the wires, you have to configure them. It really does remind me of a Watch Dogs 1 way of hacking. Also, there's this one where you have to dodge the little red dots. I mean, that's a very cool one, I guess. And also, there's this one where you have to, make sure the lines meet up with each other. These 3 hacking mini games are very, very satisfying to do. And there's not really faults, but it does get repetitive. Again, it's kind of same with the weapon situation. You do wish there were more, but to be honest, it's kind of way more tidy that way, and you know what you're doing with all the mini games. I mean, it's quite simplistic, and I can't really fault Valve on that. So the story, absolutely brilliant, where, the adventures you have in the storyline is just really, really cool. I'd say I had a blast, going through this adventure, really. Especially when you're in the actual experience, you feel like you're there. I mean, there are many times where I felt fully immersed in the story that I almost used my leg to kick open a door. Well, that obviously didn't really work, but yeah, he plays Alyx. I mean, I'm not going to go through the story that much, it's quite complex to me anyway. And you have this friend called Reyes, who is basically like your friend throughout the game, and it's really lovable characters, especially with the water guns, and especially G-Man. G-Man looks fucking sexy in this version. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, the amount of character in depth. I mean, the Combine especially. The Combine looks so detailed that you just don't really recognise it. And also, there's other aspects, like seeing Gordon Freeman. And, yeah, there's no faults here. The story's quite good, and really lovable characters. So, yeah, I had a blast. I had a great time. If I had a great time, you'll have a great time. And I recommend picking up a VR headset just for this game alone. Again, it is quite pricey. I mean, I spent $3.99, of course, on my Oculus Rift S headset, which works really well. Tracking's perfect. But if you want to go the extra mile, get a Valve Index. Apparently, that's like the best experience when it comes to VR gaming. The Valve Index, I recommend getting that if you have enough money in the bank. Let's say that much. Oh yeah, that's my review on Half-Life Alyx. It's a great experience, and it really is worth your money, and I'm hoping Valve will make more VR titles like this, because they really did a solid job on this one, and they will really push VR in terms of experiences and all that stuff, and this is a great start.